This would 100% not have happened in the men's game. And I can confidently say that. And sometimes I get worried about saying that when I'm talking and comparing men's football to women's football. And this all happened on the biggest stage, the World Cup final.
Yeah, it is absolutely ridiculous what has happened. It is terrifying in a sense.
I've actually got no words. Like, I think that you've summed it up perfectly there, is the fact that it's hard to explain how it could even come into his head that this is actually the right thing to do. Yeah,
so Spanish football president, I'm going to butcher this, Luis Rubiales.
Can you tell where I'm from? All I'm thinking is in between us there.
Yeah, not good. Luis Rubiales has kissed on the lips one of the Spanish women's football team.
Now, her first reaction to this is totally different to what her, I'm going to say, media-trained answer to this is.
Yeah. So what has basically happened is, as we all know, Spain women won the World Cup, beating the Lionesses, unfortunately. Well done, though.
I did think, it's probably a different note. They were ahead on the betting going in, weren't they? They were favourites, which I was found a bit strange. But you know what? 2 finals in 2 tournaments. Fair play.
That's the thing. And it has been overshadowed, really, by what happened on the podium after the game. So, Luis Rubiales, the president of the Spanish FA, I think, or the women's side of the FA, has basically been on the stage and is there to congratulate the women as they come up to collect the medals and then the trophy. And as one of their, I think it's their number 10, Jenny, again, I'm going to butcher this, Hermoso, has got to him. He's give a big hug, which is fine. You see it happen with the players in the men's game all the time, hugging officials and members of their team, like we saw it with Caldoon doing it with the City players at the Super Cup. And he's given a big hug, kiss on the cheek, which again, part of the culture maybe. She's then pulled away and he's grabbed her face and kissed her on the lips. Now, for me, looking at that from the outside in, not knowing any relationship there, looks a bit odd.
Yeah, so originally, what did she say?
So she originally came out and it was on a live Instagram after saying that she didn't like it, which doesn't surprise me. I don't think I'd like it either. And this is what we're saying. We'd never see it in the men's game. And okay, you can argue that, well, it's 2 blokes, but yeah, but it doesn't make it right, does it?
No. I mean, I think when you're not expecting it. Now, later on, this is where it gets a little bit more interesting. She came out and said this afterwards in an interview. It was a totally spontaneous and mutual gesture because of the immense joy of winning the World Cup brings. She went on further to say, the President and I have a great relationship. His behaviour with all of us has been outstanding and is a natural gesture of affection and gratitude. I get it. I get in the fact that you're over the moon and you're happy. Brilliant. But when a player spur of the moment saying don't like it and then coming out with this, I get even more worried that this happens all the time in terms of what answers we get aren't the actual answer.
Yeah. So someone's gone on to say that it's invasion of personal space. Someone's gone on to say that it can't happen. It's absolutely unacceptable. And someone's even gone on to say that it's borderline abuse. Like, okay, yeah, it's easy for her to come out after and defend him, but we also know that she didn't like it and it didn't look right.
No.
It did not look right.
All I would say is, at a workplace, if you want a contract, would you walk up to somebody and kiss them on the lips? Absolutely not. You might go on the cheek, like you said, it's a cultural thing, very different to what we have here in the UK, but definitely a cultural thing. Now, the reason why I think this is very, very strange is that there was a bit of, I think, like Josh has just said, that's overshadowed the win, but also going into the World Cup, there was a little bit of controversy, where I think around 15 players didn't...
Yeah, 15 players refused to play for the coach. Now, those 15 players might be kicking themselves, but there's something going on there. There's something not right within the women's game in Spain and the Spanish FA there. It's quite worrying to see, and I think if we get more on this, we'll obviously bring it to the channel, but this has overshadowed them winning it for me. Yeah, 100%. Big time.
100%. But fair play to Spain. What a World Cup. We were glued to it. We really enjoyed it. And you know what? What a final. I thought England was still going to, when they went 1 down, they were going to come back and get the W, hitting the bar a few times. And then even Spain did as well and saved a penalty. I I thought it was meant to be. But there we go, guys. That is today's breaking news here on Football Fans News. Don't forget to subscribe to the channel. And with all these videos, let us know what you think on what we're bringing you. What do you think on this story? Is he in the right? Is he in the wrong? Is it worrying that 15 players didn't go because they don't want to play for the coach? And also, media training for footballers in the men's and the women's game, has it just become too much?